Stewie and Brian appeared in front of their fans, giving shout-outs and mentioning the unique ideas fans had sent for episode concepts. They shared that this episode would revolve around the top 3 fan-submitted ideas, each representing a different style and approach. In the first segment, they introduced a scenario imagining Family Guy as a British sitcom called ** Chap of the Manor **. The British version of the show retained familiar characters but with quirks typical of British stereotypes: thick, oversized glasses, protruding teeth, and outdated haircuts. Even Brian, the family dog, was replaced by a donkey. Neville, the British version of Peter, was all set to head out to the local pub to meet his friends. However, his wife Lydia, the British Lois, was in character, nagging him about going out yet again. Meg, who remained Meg in name and spirit, was still ignored and outcast by everyone. Stewie's British counterpart, called Matricide, took his usual bitter attitude to another level, spitting insults at everyone around him. All the while, the loyal donkey tried to calm him down and offer a bit of wisdom. That same evening, Neville and his friends found out that the Queen herself would be passing through their town. Neville, proud as ever, declared that he must be of royal blood and announced his intention to confirm his lineage with a DNA test. But to do that, he needed a strand of the Queen's hair. When her carriage passed by, Neville tried to snatch a piece of her hair, but he missed. Undeterred, Neville and Collingsworth hopped onto a large, roaring motorbike and raced after the Queen's carriage. Terrified, the Queen ordered her footmen to speed up, but in the rush, the carriage struck an object in a tunnel and the Queen tragically passed away. Although the outcome was shocking, Neville did manage to collect a lock of her hair. He tested it and, to his dismay, found out he had no royal connection whatsoever. The episode then shifted to the second story, which featured Peter and Brian watching TV together. They were tuned into a roast of Robin Williams, and Peter was in hysterics, laughing uncontrollably. But amidst his outburst, a strange event occurred. A bolt of lightning struck him. After being knocked out, Peter woke up in a hospital 2 days later. As he regained consciousness, he reached out and accidentally touched Dr. Hartman's hand. Suddenly, to Peter's immense delight, the doctor magically transformed into Robin Williams. Overjoyed, Peter realized he had acquired a strange power. Everyone he touched would become Robin Williams. Amused and thrilled, Peter started touching everyone around him. Starting with Meg and Chris, who soon transformed into the comedian. Within hours, the whole town was crawling with versions of Robin Williams, each adding their unique flair to the atmosphere. At first, Peter was thrilled. Everyone was now hilarious. But soon, he became alarmed when Lois turned stiff and wooden, like a lifeless version of Robin Williams. The transformations didn't stop at people. Even the kettle and other household items took on Robin Williams' face. In desperation, Peter tried to escape by shooting himself, but even his gun turned into a twisted bent Robin Williams with a face. Peter's Midas-like power spiraled out of control, leaving him in a town full of thousands of Robin Williams lookalikes. Desperate for relief, Peter finally asked all the Robin Williams duplicates to spread out across the country. However, he brought home his closest family members, who had also turned into Robin Williams clones. His house was now filled with 5 versions of Robin Williams, each making jokes and laughing non-stop. Meanwhile, Peter sat there, bewildered and distressed, his hands mysteriously severed, possibly as a failed attempt to halt the endless transformations. The episode's third and final segment gave fans a peek into Stewie's highly structured daily routine. His day began precisely at 6 a.m. with Lois changing his clothes. Afterward, he had his breakfast, and by 11:45 a.m., he went outside to play. Later, at 2:15 p.m., he enjoyed a unique car ride experience, hanging below the family car. Bath time arrived at 6 p.m., during which he played happily with his bath toys. His peaceful bath, however, was interrupted when Peter, his large, heavyset father, plunged into the tub. Peter's rice cake-like body splashed water everywhere, smothering Stewie and leaving him less than pleased. At 7:30 p.m., Stewie finally escaped to his secret laboratory, where his prized time machine awaited. This machine had the power to transport him to any time in history. Just for fun, he traveled back to 1994 to prevent Kurt Cobain from ending his life. After his little adventure, he returned to the present. Finally, it was time for Stewie to go to bed, but even as he drifted off, his sleep was disturbed. In his dreams, he could hear his parents outside, wildly hacking away at a tree, filling his mind with strange, unsettling sounds. Each segment highlighted the absurd and chaotic lives of the Family Guy characters, bringing fans' ideas to life in ways both humorous and bizarre.